Alrighty then. Hey everyone. Sorry about that. I was just trying to figure out this whole streaming thing. It's been so long. Alright, so I'm gonna be starting a new game of RimWorld. I played yesterday. I streamed only on YouTube just because when I tried to use Restream.io, it kind of didn't work whatsoever. But anyways, here we go. So I just got the new DLC for RimWorld and wanted to try it out a bit. I used to be a huge RimWorld player, haven't really played it as much lately, but it's always been a really fun game, so let's just get started. I'm gonna do the crash landed start just because to me it's always been the most fun, but I know some people prefer, like I've always tried some of the other ones, but they're never quite as good in my experience. So yeah, I also always like to do Cassandra Classic, so I think I'll just do that. Probably Strive to Survive as well, just because that's kind of middle of the road difficulty. I used to always play on what used to be, I think, the extreme difficulty, but right now that's not nearly as, I don't know, I'd say the extreme difficulty is not nearly what it used to be. I'll do reload anytime. Hopefully I won't have to reload, but just in case, I'll just click randomize a few times. Sure, that works. And hit generate. Here's our little island, I guess. You know what I kind of want to do? Let me do 50% now that I'm thinking about it. It'll give me a little bit more choice, and it doesn't really hurt to make it a little bit bigger of a map. Hey there, 00 Rama. Yeah, that's much bigger. So I'll try to choose a place that has a decent amount of other settlements nearby. Even though like I've said before, I almost never get to the point where I start like properly trading and raiding and, you know, going to different settlements, but doesn't hurt to at least make myself have the opportunity. I think I'm gonna do arid as well. Been a while since I've done an arid shrubland, and it's a little bit more difficult than temperate, I'd say, although I guess you don't have to worry about, you know, winter. Yeah, I think that should work. And I want a little bit of mountains too, so this looks like as good of a spot as any. Now here's the new thing. Ideal Legends. I really, at this point, I've got a little bit of an understanding of the Ideal Legends, but not huge. I'm gonna just choose what I think is cool. Well, I guess I don't really care about the religion. It's weird because the religion really just has to do with the aesthetics. It doesn't seem to actually affect the, like, the morality or anything like that, any of these precepts. Also, I love how the way they name this as memes. Like, I guess it's technically correct. It's just makes the whole thing seem really silly when your idea of, you know, religion and ideologies is memes. All right. I mean, I guess we are in the middle of like the desert kind of, or the shrublands, so Islamic style like looking buildings would be kind of logical. And I want to do Tekis just because I think it'd be cool to have buildings that look, you know, more futuristic, because that's one problem I always had with RimWorld originally, is everything looks like sort of cowboy themed. So when you can have like actual, you know, something that looks like it's from the year 3000, I think that's a lot cooler. All right, I don't want to go too crazy into all these precepts because you can really start min-maxing. I'm gonna try to make the game a little easier on me, or I shouldn't say easy, I just don't want it to be like super restrictive, because obviously I could make it so that everyone eats other people and we can have just a slave nation and everyone can be into weird skull spikes and being a raider and all that, but I want to try to have like something a little familiar to me, especially considering I don't have a great deal of experience with the newer additions to the game. All right. I'm gonna get rid of this because when I tried using a noble and despised thing originally, it just isn't my favorite. I don't know if I want a venerated animal. I feel like a squirrel would not be a good animal to venerate. Squirrels aren't exactly the most, how should I put this? I don't know. I'd say squirrels, they die very easily. So if we make them our animal, that I think they'll just constantly die and make everyone unhappy. I don't know if I want to make anything. I really don't. Yeah. I don't really want a venerated animal. I feel like it'll just add a complication. I mean, I guess, you know what? We could do like a camel. Although then again, if we are in the arid shrubland, yeah, I don't know. Let's just not do that. For rituals, I guess I can add like a Christmas tree party. Ah, yes, I'm Islamic, but we're gonna have a Christmas tree party. That makes the most sense. I think I'll just do I don't know, dance party, I guess. I do want to explore all these options. I just don't want to go too OCD and spend like an hour, because I'm sure someone could, and I'm sure I could as well. Yeah, this all seems pretty decent. I suppose if we are going to be Islamic, it might technically make sense to do this as being, you know, unlimited, or at least like 4 or fewer, but doesn't really matter that much. And like I said, it seems like choosing this, it's just a style category. All it does is it affects what sculptures look like. So it's nothing too special. Although actually, I think I want to make techist first, because I want the sounds to be high tech. Because it sounds like there's certain sounds that are based on religion. Yeah, new start again, top striker. And if you're wondering, the dude on Twitch, I'm using restream.io, so there's people talking to me on YouTube as well as Twitch. I just felt like I did so horribly last time, Striker, that I'm gonna just go and start over. I know that's not the best, but I'll try to have a somewhat similar choice of starting everything. I just felt like I had bad character choice, and I also, well, it didn't help that the one dude that kept getting the plague, he was a sickly person, so I think he was just getting sick because of that. It was funny too, because the second time he got the plague, it was like several in, like I don't think it was the same event. It was a completely separate event that just coincidentally was the same thing. This actually seems pretty alright. Quick sleeper, fast learner, pretty. Stats are pretty decent. I'll do that for that person. I mean, let me just look right now. Construction and plants would be our biggest issue. I don't like this person too much. Let me try to get someone with plants and construction. Although, actually, never mind. I got rid of someone who was good at medical by accident. That seems alright, I think. Quick sleeper, depressive, although, yeah, that's a bit of an issue. And nervous, well... So does certainty loss factor, what does that mean? Global certainty loss factor. I don't know what that means. I feel like it might mean that you get, I don't know. I guess I have no clue. Yeah, these aren't too bad of stats, I guess. Although that's weird. It's not showing a... whatever, it's not showing the passion right here, even though this dude has 3 passion, but it isn't showing any passion. That's kind of odd. Alright, this seems... let me just look at the traits real quick, because last time the sickly dude kind of ruined everything for me. Yeah, this dude being depressive is not great. It's especially not great if he is our medical guy, so if he has mental breakdowns all the time, he's not going to be in the state to do any healing. And one dude is not even capable of medical, so that's not my favorite. It's like I don't want to spend 10 minutes re-rolling, but at the same time, this isn't... I feel like I'm maybe setting myself up for disaster here. Well, I already have one guy good at shooting. Let me just... although he's really good at social. You know what? I'm going to re-roll this guy. I don't want a depressive dude. Well, he's... okay, he'll be a... okay, this is actually... oh, okay, but he's got Alzheimer's and asthma. That's not good at all. I've always noticed people that have really good stats and traits, they usually have some sort of horrible disease that makes them, like, completely inept. So it's like, well, so much for a good character. This isn't too bad. Also really good social. I really just wish this guy wasn't incapable of medical. Although, yeah, now I've got a bit of an issue with construction. God, I'm so bad with this. Great memory. I mostly just want good medical more than anything. Good medical, but not gonna, you know, die. Yeah, see, this looks attractive because it's like, ooh, look at these great artistic, medical, and social, but also sickly, so probably gonna die from the plague. Great memory and abrasive. Underground are trigger happy and nudist. And also more of the asthma. I guess asthma in real life isn't that big of an issue, but I just feel like it's not a great thing to have to deal with in this game. Come on, give me a good medical character, please. Even one that's not that great. I'll be willing to settle to some extent. Too smart is also kind of not great as far as the mental breakdown thing. Come on, baby, give us a good medical. This is actually not bad. Sanguine, fast learner, trigger happy. You know what? That's actually pretty good. Yeah, looking at this is not too bad at all. I think I'm gonna go with this. Oh yeah, and if you don't, well, you can see now, but I chose the arid map. Oh crap, I forgot to increase map size. I guess it really doesn't matter too much. I think when you choose a larger map size, yeah, I know this is technically the recommended size. And I know if your map gets too big, and you end up just having to spend like a full day going from one end to the other of the map, or one corner to the other. Whatever, this will work. Interestingly, we have like a pre-built building here. That's one thing I really love that seems like Tynan has added, or at least the developers have added. I don't know how much development Tynan actually does anymore. I think the game got so successful that he was basically able to farm out a lot of the actual work to like hiring other people, which, I mean, if you're that successful, and I know he worked his ass off at the beginning of the game's development, so I guess if he wants to just chill and let other people do the development, you know, more power to him. But anyways, point is, it seems like compared to when the game first started coming out, they've added a lot more random like ruins and structures that can appear. And that's something I really appreciate. Oops. So I think I'm just going to reuse this building for now. I can at least use it for, yeah, some housing and prisons potentially. Sounds like as good of an idea as any. I don't have to worry about, you know, taking way too much time building a huge, overly large building. And we've got this rich soil here, so this will be great for growing crops. In fact, right now I could probably just harvest all this stuff, and yeah, I'll get quite a bit of food from that. Alright, I think for now I'm going to spend a little bit of time. I'm going to patch up this stuff. The only thing that's going to be bad with arid is that wood is a lot more of a... It's not something that's quite as easy to get. I think the cactuses still yield wood. Yeah, they do. That makes 0 sense, but good for me, I suppose. Got an ostrich. I'm curious what wildlife is here. Yeah, definitely not as much wildlife as a temperate area, but, you know, what do you expect? Alright, so let's get started here. I'm going to patch up this building. I think I'll just use steel because steel, you know, it's not too common, or I shouldn't say it's not too plentiful. Although I don't want this fence here, and I might as well get rid of that a ship chunk while I can. I think I'll get rid of this. I'm going to make this like a common room right here because, yeah, I don't want this many tiny little rooms. Or at least I think that's unnecessary. Oh yeah, first things first, I should make sure everyone has some decent skill choices. Firefight, patient. Yeah, that works. And what else? Warden, I don't think these two are. Yeah, these two are not any good. He's cool. Oh, wow, he's actually really good. Trumpet. If we ever get any random dudes, Trumpet will be pretty good at convincing them. That's something I never, I don't know, at least early on in the game's development, you never really had to worry too much about the social skill being like any lower than, or any, yeah, if social skill was higher than 5, you're pretty good. But it seems like now, especially with the ideology stuff, you really need to have someone with a good social skill. It's a lot more important than it used to be, I'd say. Okay. And it looks like he has the least, well, yeah, I guess I'll make Art a 2 for him. And hauling, I'll make a 2 as well. And otherwise, I think that should be pretty good. Yeah, good enough for now at least. Let's focus on actually getting stuff started. Why is no one doing anything is the real question. Oh, I have them drafted. I never even realized I drafted them. Or I have this weird like tendency where I'll draft and then undraft colonists. I guess I should also try to make some sort of a stockpile area for now. Trying to think of what would be the best place. I could almost just close this off and make this into a little stockpile. But that's a little further than I'd want it to be from all the rest of this junk. Alright, let's just fast forward for a second. Let our guys take care of the first things. Build a steel wall real quick. Not quite sure what I want to do. I think I'll get rid of these intermediary doors because they don't seem really useful. I don't know why there's so many doors here. It's kind of overkill in my opinion. So how are you doing today, Striker? Good, I hope. These aren't the greatest bedrooms, but I'll say for now they'll do. Hey Andrew, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more RimWorld. I bet you didn't expect me to start streaming immediately. Yeah, it was good. What was good? I was asking, how are you doing? I don't know what. Maybe you misheard. Or maybe I'm just slurring or something. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad your day was good. Mine was okay. It was just another day. Oh, I guess I should have made beds, huh? I mean, this early in the game, the mood debuffs are so minor for sleeping outside or other stuff like that, it doesn't really matter. It's after the first several days when they start getting a little depressed is when stuff gets a little more important. What's the plan for my pawns tonight? I mean, I guess top priority is to not have them die. That would be pretty good. Oh, I should probably give everyone weapons now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, what am I looking at? I went past the screen like 2 times. So that dude's, oh, that's quite good. I've got 2 people that are good at shooting. So I'll give you the pistol. Why am I got completely lost for a second. You can have the rifle. You're not that great at anything, but I'll give you the knife. And I think it was you, Striker, that said I should I should try to give melee characters like the armor, which I guess does make sense because they're the most likely to get their brains blown out. New lovers. Pop. Oh god. Wait, what? This person's name was Poopy. That's a good name. That's a great name. Barrel Poopy Booker. That's a great choice. Hey there, MG. Not sure how to say your username. I think you used to watch my RimWorld stuff, didn't you? Deadly Plum. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, you seem vaguely familiar, but I can't tell for sure. How's it going, Mr. Plum? Long time no see, and long time since I've made any sort of content as well. I think, do you have the same profile image, Plum? Because it seems like I remember that. The animatree died? How did it die? I'm assuming weather? That's disturbing. Okay. Anyways, let's make sure we get beds. That should be a good priority before nighttime again, although my construction people are really terrible. I think I'm gonna get Poopy off the construction. I should also start crop growing. Actually, maybe not, because we've got so much natural food right here. I'm just gonna harvest all this stuff. All right, let's get some of that stuff. This should be quite a bit of food for now. I don't have quite as big of a starting area as I did before. I think for now I'm just gonna make this into a, well, crap. I think I'm already out of steel. Oh no, I'm not. I just don't have a stockpile, so it's not telling me I have anything. Let's just start out and make like a little bit of a stockpile area. At least something to start out with. Oh yeah, I think I modded you back when I did Fallout a lot. I remember that now. It's funny because I don't remember if you remembered him, but what the hell's his name? It's like Hydra Scalesworm or something. God, I don't know why I forgot it already, but the other dude that I made a mod, I think it's Hydra Scalesworm or something. Yeah, he came yesterday. Guess we'll see if he comes today. Oh, I accidentally chopped down the animatree. Okay, that's unfortunate. Is there a negative debuff though? Oh yeah, Anima Scream. Oh, it's only, I think Anima, isn't that only for tribal people? I think you said that yesterday, so it really doesn't matter. I guess I might as well do it since everyone has the initial optimism. Yeah, I didn't realize that it would let me cut that down without having to, you know, specifically select it. Whoops. That's another thing. I'm not used to the Anima like tree at all. That's not something that I had to deal with whatsoever in the previous, well, up until I think was it the royalty expansion? I think that added that with all the psychic stuff. Let me make a steel table just so people have somewhere to sit. And let me actually make a stockpile zone. That'd be a good start. I keep getting distracted by chat, so I'm not paying attention to anything. Oof. So sorry about that. I'm trying to get my chat window bigger, because right now my chat window is like the tiniest thing ever. Okay, there we go. Should be all good now. Should probably have like a hauling day so everything doesn't just rot outside. Might be good, and it also will make construction a hell of a lot easier if everything's in a proper location. Alright, so I got a big old table getting made. I know it's kind of odd to make such a big table like immediately, but I've always liked to do that just because it makes your people slightly happier if you have nicer furniture. Although, yeah, it does take a lot more resources for sure. Yeah, let's just have, I don't know, 3 chairs for now. And yeah, it's only a -6 debuff, so it could be a lot worse. Oh, somehow everyone is recreation deprived. Which is weird, because I thought they would normally, like, pray or whatever, although I guess they can't even, like, gather at a table. Let me just throw down a horseshoe pin. At least I don't have to worry too much about, like, starving, because I'm in the arid area, so growing crops is always pretty easy. Come on, Poopy. You can harvest faster than that. Alright, let me... Actually, I already did that. Never mind. Grow zone. You don't remember their name being Hydra? I don't know. I thought it was Hydra Scalesworm or something like that. But yeah, good to see you too. And yeah, you're right. I should at least have some starting of a growing area. I just don't know how close I want to make it. The thing is, I like this agave. It's a good, you know, backup if I'm immediately hungry, but I suppose I did just harvest it, so it'll take forever. Let's just do potatoes. Because although rice is a lot quicker growing, it has the issue where it requires a lot more maintenance because you have to keep... It doesn't have as much nutritional value and have to keep harvesting and planting it so often. What new games did I try during my exile? Oh boy, let me think. I mean, I've played a shit ton of games. I honestly wish I could look at my desktop right now. I guess recently I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I started playing it on the PS4, but I never beat it because I think it's mostly because I got spoiled on it. I got spoiled on the ending, so then it kind of ruined the game for me, or at least it ruined the story for me. So I started it again on PC. That's been pretty fun. I was able to get a hold of a PS5 as well, so I've been playing Ratchet and Clank, and it's really weird. I started Demon Souls, but it really wasn't my cup of tea. Even though I like Dark Souls 1 and 2 and Bloodborne, I just really didn't like Demon Souls that much, because I know it's just a remaster, so it has all the... It has a lot of the difficulties, and that's actually the weird thing. I played Demon Souls on the PS3, which I guess I also never beat it there. But I played it even less on the PS5, oddly. I should have seen what this guy had for sale. Doesn't matter now. I should have streamed my other games. I know, I guess it's just... I had a girlfriend for, well, the last, like, 2 years. Not anymore. It's not a big deal. It's probably... It's the kind of situation where I think we're both happier now that we've broken up, but... That was a big distraction, and I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen that kind of thing happen with friends or family, where as soon as they get a girlfriend, they spend all of their free time with the girlfriend. So that was the big thing that I've been doing as well. And then, you know, I was in college, and my senior year was very stressful because I was obviously in engineering, and now I've been working the last year and a half, so I just had life happen pretty much. But now I've got a pretty chill, I've got a pretty, what would you say, chill experience right now, so I figured it would be fun to start getting back into streaming and all that. Mad hair, let's kill that dude. Also, I just realized all my dudes are idle. I should probably give them something to do. Well, I've got food growing. I think we started with a cat. Oh, that's a nice cat named Goober. These are some great names. We've got Trumpet, that's okay. We got Poopy, that's not so great. Jabari, that's eh. And then we got Goober the cat. We got some real characters here. Please kill the hare. Oh, come on, you have a skill of 8 and 9, and you can't even hit a frickin' rabbit. Ugh. Okay, good job. At least none of you got injured. I should have put some torch in the room. Which room? This room, I guess? Probably. That's another thing I'm still not quite used to. I know I know it's been in the game for a long time, but light sources never used to be that important, but I know now it affects work speed and mood and all that fun stuff. Let me actually, since this is a pretty cramped area, I'm gonna put this against the wall, and I'm gonna put down a butcher table. I guess right here. Sure, why not? And a field stove right here. I suppose we do have, actually we're doing pretty good. We've got 29 meals, and I think pawns eat like 3 meals a day. So we've got like 10 days of food still. I guess I'm doing pretty well. I'm just paranoid I'm gonna not, you know, do well like I did last time we played, or yesterday. Not last time we played, but last time I streamed. I'm just gonna get rid of this wall completely. It doesn't really have much purpose. You built your first computer before the GPU crash. Yeah, I know that this is it was a dumb purchase, but it's just the fact that I was working, so I'm making the most money that I ever have in my life, because before then I was a poor college student, and before that I was a poor high schooler, but I was able to get a hold of a 3090 before all the prices went completely insane. And I know the 3090 was already overpriced, but I actually got it for the launch MSRP, and now I know they're going for like $2,500 at some stores MSRP. So I was able to get it when it was still cheap, quote unquote, but it was massive overkill. But it's been running good for me, and it's great being able to play games at the highest quality that is, physically possible. I guess I really sound like I'm bragging. I know it was a dumbass purchase, but hey, I was able to justify it to myself, so whatever. The way I justify it is a lot of my coworkers are into shit like hunting and boating and, shit that they can drop like $5,000 on, no questions asked. So comparatively, it's really not that much money if you consider a lot of adult hobbies. Or like a lot of people I know are into like ATVing and that kind of stuff. You can spend tens of thousands of dollars in a heartbeat. All right. What do I want to name this, peoples? Someone tell me what to do. Or at least give me a suggestion. I always like, when I'm playing in single player, I will literally spend 10 minutes like researching and randomizing names just to come up with my best choice. It's dumb. Brotherhood Village. I mean, I guess that'd be good if we were trying to be the Brotherhood of Steel or something. Fun Delta. That's good. It's fun, guys. Would you like to come to Fun Delta? Microton. It reminds me of Megaton, but apparently it's micro. You know what? I'm just gonna do what I already did. I'll cost the Hapdudians. And honestly, Microton's pretty good. Cause yeah, it reminds me a lot of, actually that's another game I've been playing. I went back and I reinstalled Fallout 3, but now on PC, and I modded the hell out of it. Cause Fallout 3 was honestly my favorite Bethesda game as a kid, and it was my first Bethesda game, so it has a lot of, how should I put it? It's got a lot of nostalgia for me. So being able to play it, 4K graphics and highest settings, plus all the mods that make it look not like shit, it's pretty amazing. Use Federation too much? Yeah, I can see that. I remember when I played Stellaris a lot, I would always call something a Federation just because, a Federation is like a pretty good name for a futuristic, democratic kind of. Holy shit, that was loud. I don't know if that was loud for you guys, but that was like the loudest sound I've heard yet. Jesus. I never like to deconstruct all the chunks of ship, because then you end up having a shit ton of ship components. And then I think if you look at the history, I feel like if you get like a bunch of components at one time, you're your wealth goes up way too much, so you start getting like really not fun raids. Because that was an issue I always had, is I would mine like every resource. Oh, sorry, burp. I would mine every resource on the map like immediately, and then it's like, oh shit, now I'm getting these massively difficult raids and I can't deal with them at all. Alright, so let me think of a plan. Anyone have a recommendation of what I should get started on the game? I tend to just kind of start rambling and I lose track of what I'm doing, if you guys haven't noticed. Oh yeah, see, I was trying to make this be a little more spacious and then I forgot to move the stupid chairs. I'll do that. I guess I'll build a copy. You know, I don't mind these I don't mind the housing being where it is. This seems like a pretty good spot. Oh, that's good. So this building is made out of limestone, and it looks like limestone is a natural resource on this map. So I think I'll try to make the housing out of limestone. Also, how's my voice sound? I felt like yesterday my voice sounded really tinny, you know, like it was not very much bass and it sounded like I was speaking into a tin can, and apparently it's because I was speaking, well, it's because I had my mic like 2 feet away. And I guess the Blue Yeti is supposed to be like within a foot of your face. So that's why I sounded really weird and distant. Wealth management is key in order to survive. Yeah, I know what you mean, and I know that's the thing, is that I would hoard resources that didn't actually make my people have like better fighting capabilities. So then you end up just being way under-equipped for everything. All right, let me think what I want to do here. I want to expand these bedrooms. I think these bedrooms are in a pretty good spot for like long-term usage. But I think they're too small for me. You know what? Since we aren't going to be able to use wood very much, and steel is pretty important for a lot of other things, I'm going to try to get stone cutting down like right away. Also, let me make a stockpile, like, I don't know. I don't know what would be best. Right now, I'm kind of making a smaller colony, because I know that the thing I did last time, which I think wasn't great, is and this is something I always tend to do. I get way too obsessed with looking at the big picture and what I want to do, you know, 1 month from now in game, that I don't focus on the things I need to do right now. So I make like a huge, overly expansive base that my people can't possibly keep up with. Probably battery. Yeah, that's a good idea as well. And that I did start doing battery on my own last time. I just started getting the plague every 5 minutes, so that wasn't fun. Am I too loud? Does anyone know? I feel like I'm looking at my OBS and it looks like I'm getting into the red a bit. Let me just move my decibels down a tiny bit. I just want to make sure I'm not like so loud that my microphone is like crackling or whatever. Okay, we got our first real raider. Some naked guy with a club. I like how the first person to attack you is usually always some naked guy. Like, they couldn't even bother to clothe them. They're just like, hey, you, take this club and attack this colony. And by the way, you're gonna be completely naked. Yeah, let me wait. Because I don't think I have enough stone. Yeah, I don't think I have enough bricks yet to properly do the thing. Okay, research. Yes, I will do the research. Let me make a stool, because, okay, does anyone know the stool just increases comfort, right? It doesn't increase crafting speed, just so I'm clear. Because I think I always used to think it helped with like crafting or research speed, but I think it's just completely for comfort, right? It just makes your pawn slightly happier. Alright, so, as you said, I should research, and yeah, battery's probably the best choice. How the crops doing? Pretty good, I guess. Prize people are beginning their assault. Alright, let's get everyone into a position. I guess behind these rocks seems as good of a place as any. Alright, slow down time a bit. Come on, please actually hit. You guys have enough shooting skill, it shouldn't be that hard. Okay, thank you. There we go, now you're mowing them down. That's what I was looking for. I shouldn't do this because he's already dead, but I'm curious, was he any good skill-wise? Aw, damn, he actually was very good. Holy crap. With that animal skill, I could have basically tamed anything. What's my religion in the game this time? This time I did Islamic again, just because, you know, I'm in the arid areas, so I figured geographically that made sense at least. And I didn't really get far enough last time to actually see the Islamic, like, statues and stuff. When I was playing on my own the other day, I did Christian, just because I guess it seemed, well, you know, I'm obviously Christian, or was at least raised Christian, so made sense to me. Do I want to expand these rooms? I feel like I do. Yeah, let's at least do one room first. Because knowing me, I would start on like all 5 rooms all 3 rooms at the same time, and then I'm like, oh my god, no one has a sleeping place now. Who could have expected this? Although it is kind of dumb because the religion in the game, even though it's called Idea Religion, the actual religious choices do nothing but affect like the aesthetics of your sculptures. Although I know there's other things you can choose to make it similar to that religion, but there's no like preset for religion, it seems like. You like 5x5 rooms. I tend to always like, okay, it's really dumb, but I like 4x5 rooms because then when you start with single beds, you can keep it centered on the 5 wall side, and then when you get a double bed, you can keep it centered on the 2 wall side, or the 4 wall side. I know that's really dumb, but that's what I've always done. Remove the chunks. Oh yeah, you're right. Did I add a dumping zone? I don't know if I ever. Oh yeah, that's right there. I'm dumb as hell. And yeah, the chunks, well, I guess they can move pretty freely, but it'll make them a little happier, I suppose. Everyone seems like they're in a pretty good mood so far. Oh yeah, I should probably do this forever. And at least when we've got food to be cooked. Oh, well, we do have some agave and berries right now, so. Well, we probably don't want 10 meals. I think we should have like 6. Well, yeah, 6. That works for me. And I think I'll hold this door open for now, because it's not like this is even being cooled, so might as well. Alright, so let me just, while they're busy... Oh yeah, and some rare thrumbos appeared. You know what, if any animal would make sense to make a revered animal, I feel like the thrumbos would, because they actually are, like, pretty majestic and unusual. I remember when I first joined this, for those of you that didn't see, I think you all joined later on. The default choice for the revered animal in this was squirrels, which that sounds horrible because squirrels are like one of the first animals to go mad, and they're pretty common as dirt around the map, so I don't think I want something like a frickin' squirrel to be revered. Yes, we will be the squirrel worshippers. Sounds great. Sounds like a bang-up plan. Alright. What else should I do? It would be cool, though, to make different scenarios based on real-life cultures or religions, you know? Like, obviously, you could have, like, Hinduists, and I don't know if you can really make a caste system. I guess you can add slaves, and the slaves would then be considered, like, the bottom of the totem pole. And yeah, I guess with the royalty system, then you've got, obviously, like, the the ruler class, so you could kind of, it's interesting now with the ideologians, you can sort of emulate real life human culture a bit more, because it used to be that, you know, every in-game culture was more or less the same. It's getting pretty hot. That's one thing I remember was the biggest pain in the ass in earlier alpha, is before passive coolers existed, because if you were really early in the game and before you could have possibly researched coolers, you could literally just be like soft locked, where you couldn't possibly research coolers no matter what you did, so everyone would just die from heat stroke. So passive coolers are really a godsend when it comes to that. I think we should try to get some more wood. I think I used up pretty much all of it, although the question is if there's any at all. Actually, you know what? I got a plan. It probably isn't good. My plans are never good. I think I'm going to make like a tree growing zone right here. Then I will delete it and just let the trees grow on their own. Oh shit, I forgot. I haven't deleted, or I haven't researched that yet. I think you used to be able to plant trees right away, but now it's under a research path, isn't it? Yeah, tree sowing. Damn. I don't know how hard that would be to get though. Like, how hard is it to plant a freaking tree? You just put the acorn or whatever the seed happens to be in the ground, and you make sure it's got like water and fertilizer. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure that out. But I understand why they do it. It's just to make it so that the tribal civilizations have some sort of benefit, because otherwise they don't really have much going for them at all. Where should I put my graveyard? I want it to ideally be way out of the way. Yeah, I think I'll try to probably build the rest of my stuff like northwards and like westwards. So I'll just make a little graveyard on this patch of dirt here. Oh wait, you can do it on, oh, I didn't know you could do it on, okay then. I didn't know you could make graves on desert, but whatever, I'll just put it here anyways. And yeah, you're right. Heat stroke was like the absolute worst. I think I would never go in desert or arid lands, or at least I would never choose tribal in those areas, because if you chose tribal in like the desert, you were pretty much guaranteed to get wiped out from heat stroke before you even had a chance to research proper cooling. Okay, we got one bedroom here. So if I want this to be 4, I'll go to here. It's gonna look weird until it's done, but let's get it started. So out of curiosity, how's the vision? God, if I can talk. How's the video and audio quality for the stream so far? It's been so long, I kind of just chose whatever the recommended settings were, because I haven't had OBS installed for like 2 years. I just want to make sure there's not some like horrible video or audio glitches. I remember there used to be a really weird stuttering issue, I think, when I first streamed. I just want to make sure nothing weird's happening. Graves are by Killbox's Fun. You know what I was thinking? There's like this concrete that's already here. This could be good for something, but I don't know what. Although I think for kill boxes, you wouldn't want like a kill box to be a paved area, because then it's just gonna make your enemies have a higher walk speed. If anything, I'd want the kill box to be like right here in the desert, because then their walk speed is gonna be like 25% less than a paved area. So yeah, I think that now that I'm looking, this right here could be a good kill box for the future. And at least for now, I might want to, whenever someone attacks, I'll try to set up my dudes like around these walls that are pre-made. Good 1080p. Is it 60 FPS? I think OBS told me it would be, but I'm not sure if it actually is. Okay, that room got finished. So let's finish up this last room here. You love kill boxes with improvised explosions. That's one thing I never really did much. I know it's in security, right? Or I think you research it eventually. Like, I started using traps pretty obsessively, but I never really got that into trying to use the explosions or anything like that. I think it takes... Does it take mortar shells, I believe? And I guess that's my issue, is I never tend to really worry about something like mortar shells. So I think for now I'm going to use this chunk here as like a natural... Because chunks, I believe, have... You can use those as cover, right? So I'll use the chunks as natural cover. And then I'll put these traps here. You don't really need to clean that dirt, but I guess this is considered a home region now. Oh, wait. You know what? I don't want to make this... I don't want to make too many traps. Because we kind of have a wood conservation issue. Yeah, it's not like the Temperate Forest. I can't just make unlimited wood traps. Okay, we got a quest here. The Fleeing Knight. Petros Moses, a knight of the Broken Dominion, is calling from nearby. His guards were killed in an ambush. He escaped, but is now being followed by a man hunting snow hare. Oh my god. Petros wants you to keep him safe at Microton for a few hours until his shuttle can come and pick him up. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let me choose... Yeah, Trumpet, I think, is going to be a really good candidate for, like, being a leader and a nobleman. Especially with the warden skill of 12, he's going to be great for being a leader. So I think I'll accept that mission since, you know, it's a freaking bunny. I should be able to handle that. And I will accept it with Mr. Trumpet. You know, I just realized this is 2 letters away from being a politically... a politically controversial name, isn't it? I shouldn't have brought that up, though. That's the worst thing. I should have just ignored that. Yeah, I know 1080p is a bit low. I am playing the game on my 4K monitor. The thing is, I have such shit internet that that's the contributing factor. I can't really reliably stream in 4K because internet is bad. And I'll be honest, so because of all the COVID shit, I haven't gotten my own home yet. I'm still hanging with my parents. And at this point, I could afford, like, I can easily afford rent and I could afford a down payment for a house. I'm just trying to save up as much as possible, and I was hoping the housing market would normalize a bit, because right now housing prices are it's insane. It's like houses are literally 100K more than they were like 5 years ago. It's crazy. I'm really hoping there's another housing crash just for my own sake. But it's insane. COVID made housing prices go insane because people are like, oh, I'm home all the time, so now I gotta live in a McMansion. And it's just crazy. So anyways, point is, it's my parents' choice as far as the internet, so my internet is just trash. It's not the worst. I get like 20 megabits per second, but not great. It's not nearly what you need for 4K. I think for 4K you want like at least like 40 megabits per second or something like that, or maybe megabytes per second. I know that megabits is like 7 times what megabytes is, and megabytes is really what's important. And yeah, that's my plan. I'd rather save for the, you know, a down payment on a house so that I don't get a horrible interest rate on a loan. And honestly, I'd rather just get a house that I'll know I want to live in than like get a really shitty house that I can afford. If that makes sense. And I'm fine with living with my parents because I get along with them well, and this day and age I feel like a lot more people are living with their parents even after college because, yeah, the housing market is just insane. Yeah, I'm not sure what I get exactly as far as download speed. I did like an internet speed test and it recommended 1080p 60 FPS. I guess I could do like 4K 30 FPS, but I think personally I prefer 60 FPS to 30 FPS if I had to choose. But I guess it depends on the person. I just feel like more people have a 60 hertz monitor than have, you know, a 4K monitor, generally speaking. Alright, so Trumpet is a Yao man. Yao. Is that how you even pronounce that? Yao man, something like that. Also, this music, it seems loud to me. Is it loud for you guys? I'm gonna turn it down just a tad. I think it's just the fact that it keeps saying "yura, yura, yura," so it's a little louder than normal. Jesus, what the hell was that? Did we just get struck by lightning? Yeah, pretty much. You know what I really want to get, at least if I like live in a place that doesn't have great internet? I want to get Starlink. And if you don't know, that's like it's like the satellite internet that I think Mr. Musk is popularizing with SpaceX. Like, they've launched a bunch of satellites into space so that people can basically constantly have high-speed internet. Because I remember for my internship, I lived up north in like the boondocks. So I had satellite, internet, but it was garbage. I couldn't even, like, if I wanted to stream then, I couldn't, because I don't even think I got more than like 10 megabits per second. It was ridiculous. And actually, now that I'm saying, or when I'm talking about internet, I think my download speed is maybe like 25, or when I'm downloading stuff on Steam, I get like 10 megabytes per second. But my upload, I think, is only like 3 megabytes per second, so that's the main thing with streaming, is you need to have a good upload speed, and a lot of providers don't want to let you do that. I think it's just because of the fact that they don't want you pirating shit or, posting uTorrent stuff or whatever the hell. Alright, so I should oh yeah, I need limestone, because they didn't have enough to finish the room. Another good thing about the arid regions is the fact that you don't have to really worry about wildfires. Ironically, tropical forests in the game seem to have, I don't know if it's true anymore, but they always had the worst wildfires because, every square inch of the map is full of foliage. And if you happen to have like a small dry spell, it just spreads like insanity. You hate Musk? Yeah, I mean, especially lately, I think Musk, obviously, a lot of people like him just because I think he was actually born he wasn't born into extreme wealth, but I think he was born to pretty wealthy parents. So, but people try to act like it's kind of a rags to riches story, and I don't think it really was that much. And I think people just like the fact that he's kind of a memester, and he's not like, your typical billionaire. But also, someone should probably bury this dead dude. I guess no one wanted to bother. But yeah, I don't think he's a good person by any means. I think he's just an egomaniac, and a lot of people like that for some reason. I mean, obviously, he's like with SpaceX and Tesla, he's done some pretty great things as far as like innovation. Although that's the thing, he hasn't really personally done, I think, a lot of great things. He's just been rich enough, like, because he made PayPal and then he sold it for like billions of dollars, or maybe not billions, but tens of millions of dollars, and then he's just used all of that money to fund all of his other endeavors. So I don't think he personally has done a whole lot. I think he just got lucky with PayPal, or I guess you could say he was skilled with PayPal, and now he's just kind of living off the riches of that, or kind of riding the coattails of that initial success. Damn, Hap, you got a nice voice. Oh, hey, Grog Speed. And just so you know, Grog, the people I'm talking to are on YouTube because I'm using Restream.io to stream to Twitch and YouTube. So I'm not just talking to myself. Well, I am. It is a stream, but not too bad. Playing some nice RimJob World. I'll have to say the name of this game was really unfortunate, because whenever I've told like random people on the internet, like, oh, I've been playing RimWorld, I'm like afraid, because a lot of people, the first thing they will think of with Rim is RimJob. They should have really called it like Outer. Well, I guess this game did come out before Outer Worlds. They could have called it Outer Worlds first or something like. I don't know. I feel like they could have used a better name. I guess I just have a dirty mind, although so does like 90% of the internet, so I'm not the only one. All right. That's good, right? When the streamer yawns, that's great. What's the YouTube stream link? Actually, I do have the ability to post that pretty quickly. Crap. Maybe not so quickly as I thought. Okay, here we go. Let me just post this in here. I've got this OBS thing that lets me simultaneously post things to both Twitch and YouTube. So there you go, Grog, that's my YouTube link. And I just claimed all this housing here that I didn't have claimed yet. Oh yeah, I don't think I... Oh, there we go. Let's make some more limestone. What are you doing? You're praying? It is cool with the... whatever it's called, the... idealigions. It makes the praying and stuff make a little more sense now, because it was weird how like your characters would pray and meditate, but there really was no semblance of like ideology or religion. So it's like, what are they praying to? Who are they praying to? So now that the expansion has definitely added a lot more like depth and like some semblance of culture to the game. You were watching a bit of Twin Peaks. I've never watched Twin Peaks. I think I've heard people give it some like raving reviews. Is that a Netflix show or what? I would make a great commentator, that voice, son. I mean, I used to make Let's Plays on YouTube, and I did stream a little bit, but that was how I did it. That's what I did like 3 and 4 years ago, is I did a lot of YouTube Let's Plays and all that, and I kind of just got sick of it for a lot of reasons, and, you know, life got in the way too. And it's kind of weird because I did legit start, you know, making videos and streaming just because I thought it was fun. But in a weird way, once I started getting successful and then I stopped getting as successful, like there was a period of time where I was making a shit ton of views off of RimWorld. Like I was getting, I think on my top video, I got like 30,000 views. But then it's like, that was kind of my peak. And then after that, I had a really hard time getting as many views, and I felt like I only got a lot of views when I played RimWorld, which is ironic because that's what I'm playing now. But that was the one thing that I think really burnt me out, was I felt like I could only play this game. And the issue was I kept getting successful only when I did really pain in the ass, like difficult scenarios. So I remember I did an ice sheet playthrough, and that got me super, super powerful. Or powerful, what the fuck am I saying? I'm delirious. That got me a lot of more popularity than I was expecting when I did like challenge runs. Well, the account is the account I just showed you, the YouTube one. I've got like I don't know, 1,300 subscribers on there, I think. I don't even know anymore. I lost like half of them just from inactivity. But yeah, I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me bitch about back when I quit YouTubing. Because I'm here now, and that's all that matters, at least for the most part. I think at this point I like don't really care about success because I'm successful enough in my own life, you know. I just kind of want to have like a small community and be able to hang out and enjoy games at this point. Because, you know, that's the thing, is it almost became a thing where I'm like, oh my god, I have a chance of getting, you know, rich like PewDiePie. Oof. Oof. This emu. Or, yeah, it is an emu. How you doing? You got a bite. Oh, crap. It's actually... What's the heat? Oh, my God. It's 101 degrees. Damn. And it's almost as bad as inside. Okay, let me put down some passive coolers. That is kind of essential right now. The last thing I want is someone to just die from heat stroke. And yeah, the ice sheet playthrough was pretty fun, but it felt like I had to top myself after that. So Grog, the thing is, I used to make YouTube videos primarily, so all I did was like Let's Plays. And then like a year after I did Let's Playing, I tried streaming a little bit, but I don't know. I enjoyed the streaming for the most part. The problem was, I think at the time I was working like a 12-hour swing shift. So I was always tired and I never wanted to stream. I just wanted to relax and stare at like TV or whatever. So that was another big issue. There was a lot of confounding factors, I'd say. All right, what am I doing? Emu is not dead yet, but might as well be. I'm trying to see who's a good doctor. Yes, of course. The person that's injured is the... Oh, I forgot. Trumpet can't do doctoring. Honestly, I think he has a better chance of healing himself with self-tending, so I'm just going to do that. But yeah, as I was saying, the ice sheet playthrough was pretty fun. It's just, I don't know, it got really frustrating fast for me. And honestly, I think it was a lot easier because I played it, I think, in like Alpha 13 or something. So the game was a lot less difficult back then, and now I feel like there's been so many extra features added to RimWorld that trying to do something like an ice sheet run or an extreme difficulty run, it's just not fun anymore. Okay, you've got heat stroke. Yeah, these two dudes have heat stroke. Can we, I think we need wood, don't we? Crap. Okay, let's get some wood. I'm gonna prioritize that right now. Oh, we got batteries research. That's good. Although that's the other thing, Grog, is I never got really successful with streaming. The only thing that I got successful with was Let's Plays. And I mean, it's more or less the same thing. In streaming and Let's Playing, you're just sitting somewhere commentating. I guess the one good thing about Let's Playing was that if I said something really stupid or if I made a mistake, I could just delete the video and restart. You can't really do that with streaming. If you can't think of something to talk about, or you just say something really asinine, then you're kind of screwed. Okay, let's see here. A hearth tender named Juliet Walls is calling for your help. She is blah blah blah. She is okay. Wait, let me see that. I was gonna just skip over this, but it says she is hiding from a malfunctioning climate control satellite. What the fuck? A malfunctioning climate control satellite. That's interesting. Oh no, it says she will join us, but we will have an intense heat wave that will last for 5 days. Oh my. I mean, we're already dealing with 100 degrees Fahrenheit. If we get a heat wave, I feel like we're gonna get to like 130. I mean, I did just make these passive coolers, but yeah, I'm gonna skip on that mission. I don't want a heat wave. I would deal with something like constant rain or some other weather-related thing. Oh god, I accidentally hit it. Oh no. I was trying to deny it. I thought I could click and it was gonna be like a drop down and I could hit deny. I guess I'm dealing with it then. Cool shit. Oh my god. That's great. I mean, it's only 5 days. That's not great, but I guess I'm dealing with it. Crap. Huh. Okay. Okay, let me look at... I just made a horrible mistake. Okay, you're actually pretty good. So, okay, at least I didn't get a completely inept character out of it. I got someone that's got some good traits and some pretty good stats. Just cut down trees to make a lot of passive coolers. Yeah, that's probably the best bet. Let me put everyone on a #1 priority for plant cutting, and I'm going to get every tree that I can cut down. At the very least, I got a good character. Ooh, and they're pretty good at, they're actually decent at doctoring, so that's good to see too. Yeah, it could, at least it's a good character. If it would have been a completely trash character, I might have cried. Maybe not quite crying, but would not have been good. At least they won't be a burden to the colony, I guess is my main point. Moral theory. Okay then. What's my goal? I want to diversify, like stream different games. Yeah, I definitely want to play other games. I guess I just figured that I was in the mood to play RimWorld again, so it was a pretty decent choice to start streaming, because that's what I was kind of known for. So I figured I could at least get, you know, some of the people that used to watch me watching me again. And I did used to stream other games. I know I streamed Fallout 4 for quite a while. I got pretty far in that. And I did actually find like a couple of my, like a couple of the, what would you call it? A couple of the viewers that were pretty commonly watching me, I found through playing Fallout 4. So I know I can find other viewers by playing other games. It's just kind of depressing when I would get like 0 viewers when I would try to stream anything, you know, but one game. I mean, generally, I think I'll maybe branch out and do other strategy games. Like, I really like the Total War series. Otherwise, I don't know. We'll have to see. I think I'll just, right now, I just want to get myself in a semi-regular streaming schedule, because it's hard to get viewers if you're, you know, if they don't know if you're gonna be playing games, right? So that's my big, oh yeah, I should kill the torch. I don't think the torch makes too much heat, but you're right with the whole heat wave thing. Oh, actually, it's only, I think the torch was fine. It's only 63 degrees in here. That's actually very cool. Although, yeah, the houses, or not the houses, the individual rooms aren't doing too good. I think I'm gonna hold open the sleeping areas. Oh yeah, and with Juliet, I'm gonna need an extra sleeping area. Also, look at her outfit. Look at this chick and her outfit. She's got a, well, okay, the parka is not a that's not a great choice, just saying. I think I'm gonna have you drop the parka. I don't think you want to wear a parka in 110 degrees, lady. That's not the best choice in the world, I don't think. Okay, let me just make an extra bedroom for this lady. Yeah, that'll work. Well, let's not deconstruct that until everything else is finished. Oh, we got another raid already. I guess it has been a little bit since the last raid. It's just one dude with a knife. Oh, you know what I always do? I accidentally click through the message button all the time. And I can never tell if they're gonna wait before attacking or if they're attacking immediately. Oh crap, I should have got my people over here. Oh, what is wrong with this person? Are they high? Like, seriously though, they're really fast. I guess not. They just seem really super fast. Huh. There you go. Good shot. Oh, don't kill the cat. What the hell? God. He's trying to stab my cat. Come on, bro. Don't stab my cat. You fucking asshole. Oh my god, did the cat kill the person? I'm pretty sure the cat had the final blow. Holy crap. Yeah, the cat just killed this person. Okay, the cat just lost its tail though, and its freaking spine is cracked, so cat's not doing too well, but good job, I guess. Good job, kitty. freaking house cat just killed a lady. Good job. And yeah, Total War Attila is pretty fun. You know what sucks though? I tried playing Total War Attila like a couple months ago, and they did not optimize it for anything above 1080p whatsoever. So all of the UI elements are super tiny if you try to play on anything like above 1080p, and it really irritates me. I think I was able to play it on 1440p and it was pretty good, but if you try to play Attila on 4K, it just is like impossible to read anything. It sucks. But I really love Warhammer, actually. I know some people hate Warhammer because it's not historical. I looked for mods too, Grog, and there was no mods for that, unfortunately. You'd think there would be, but it's something like hard-coded, or at least it's something no one bothered to fix because the game's too old. A starship janitor named Avro has arrived and wants to join the colony. She's willing to contribute, but will not leave voluntarily, claiming to have nowhere else to go. Wow, we're doing better than we did last time. We've got... I guess I have no idea. This person could be good or they could be bad. Although that was the same with Juliet. I have no idea if she was going to be good or bad. You know what? Let's just do it. If they're bad, I guess I'll just, like, lock them up in a room or something. Okay, this isn't too bad. They've got greedy, so they're gonna bitch if they don't have the best bedroom, but good social, good crafting, everything else they're at least capable of. If anything, they can be a dedicated hauler. But that wasn't too bad either. Look at me go. I've already got 2 more people than I did in, like, half the time in my last stream. So that's pretty good. That's the one thing with this game, though, with a lot of the early recruits are just based on random chance. What kind of challenges did I used to do? Do you just mean in RimWorld? Well, I would just like, and it wasn't too bad. The ice sheet was the main challenge because the ice sheet is like literally trying to live on the North Pole. So there's no way to grow food for the most part. There's no animals, although I think there might be some animals now, but it was just a pain in the ass to try to survive is the main thing. And I guess I didn't really do too much of a challenge. I mean, I guess I would go to the more harsher areas. And actually, the main thing I did is I always played the game on extreme mode, which this game on extreme difficulty is a horrible pain in the ass. Like, it's impossible to make your colonists happy, and they're trying to basically kill themselves all the time. So that was the main thing I did. And in retrospect, I kind of hate playing this game on extreme mode. I'm sure if I played it a lot more like I used to, I could get used to it. But rip. An iguana became self-tamed. I guess why not? Oh yeah, did anyone heal the cat? That's a good question. Are you doing good, cat? Yeah, I guess so. You lost your tail, but you're still fine. Door? What door? What do you mean door? I'm curious what you mean by door, Andrew. I know I've got this door here, but oh, I do need to add a bed though. Well, now I need to add 2 beds actually. Let's do, well, I only need to expand that to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me look at my resources, actually. I do have a decent amount of steel. Let me make this a steel door. I hate how mismatched all these walls are, but I don't really have time to... worry about that right now. Oh, I walled in a dude by accident. Whoops. I think he's fine now, though. I mean, obviously no one died, so it should be good. Also, Andrew, I think you were one of my very first subscribers, weren't you? Like, I swear you were like one of the first 50 at least. If I'm correct. All right. So, well, you finished that first. Now someone deconstruct that. No, you weren't. Are you sure? I don't know. I could swear that you were like one of the first 100 at least. Huh. The reason why I ask is I don't know. I just could swear I remember you being one of the first ones. Because I swear I recognized that profile image with the lizard or whatever, right? From being early on. Okay, let me make sure no one's dying from heat stroke. It's all initial, so they're good for now. No one seems to want to bury dead bodies for some reason, which isn't great. I mean, I guess the stockpile is mostly out of the way, so it's not really a big concern. Okay, we need wood as well. Actually, let me just make some steel beds. I don't think the steel beds are as comfortable, but we don't have a huge amount of wood to work with here. And I think passive coolers run out eventually, don't they? So I should get a little bit extra wood just in case I absolutely need one. Although I think, do they last at least 5 days? Okay. Yeah, I should be fine because these all last like 3 days, and I think our heat wave, yeah, the heat wave only lasts 3 more days, so I'll be fine. Specco the gecko. Is that your gecko, or is that like an actual popular gecko of some kind? All right, Boomalope. Boomalopes used to really concern me. I've had some bad accidents with Boomalopes in this game. I think when I first started playing, I somehow didn't comprehend the fact that they exploded. So I think I tried hunting a few, and then I was somehow surprised when they literally blew up in my character's face. It's not that hard to figure out, but apparently I had a hard time with that. These beds are bad, or at least 3 of them are. Yeah, we're gonna need more wood no matter what, so I don't think there's any issue in harvesting as much as I can. Oh yeah, and let me bring this back up. There's no reason plant cutting should be a 1 for everyone still. We have a shaman merchant. Oh wow, it's a pretty big caravan. I'm surprised. I always thought merchants avoided areas when it was heat waves. He's your pet. Yeah, I always remember seeing that profile image when I used to Let's Play and stuff. That's cool. Is he still alive? I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know how long geckos live, but I assume he's been alive for at least 5 or so years now, right? Oh, you know what game I should stream? Probably not, but I remember I used to like Gex when I was a kid. Like, I think I had Gex on the PC, and for some reason it was like so fun for me. It was a kind of shitty game, but I was at an age where everything was kind of fun, if that makes sense. Like, I remember there was an age where I could almost find any video game to be fun, even if it really wasn't. Oh god, what are these people doing? Well, okay, seriously. Oh. Was this I didn't realize it. Was that a raid and I just didn't notice? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because these guys are taking care of it for me. So, all's well that ends well. Ooh. He's incapacitated too. Actually, this is a pretty good character. Well, I really want someone that's good at research because I don't have any good researchers. I've got a lot of good crafters, it seems like. He'd be good for sending out and stabbing things. Huh. Well, so I'm starting to kind of... I don't know if I want to keep this line of houses like I'm doing. I might want to start like a second row here, which I know this is where my housing and stuff is, but or not housing. This is like my dining room and kitchen right now. I'm doing pretty good on food, it seems like, as well. Actually, let me expand my storage area a bit here. Could be a little better than it is right now. Capture him. I guess I should. I guess for now I'll just make. Well, you know what? This dude has the closest bedroom to the kitchen, so I'll make this into a prisoner room. I do have a lot of good like social people, so I should be able to convert him and ideally, you know, make him friendly as quickly as possible. The Shrine of Resurrection. Hey there, Shrine. How you doing? Don't make this room into a prisoner room? Well, it's too late now. I'll be fine. Okay, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what am I doing? I don't think this is how I want it to be. No, this is good. Yeah, that's fine. That's also not the best layout in the world. Alright, that's gonna be some more storage area. Looks like he's gonna survive, I think. Oh, are you saying, is it because he's part of a different faction? I think we're already hostile with them. If I can find wherever that screen is. Factions. They've changed up the location of the faction screen so much that I never know where it is anymore. Yeah, we're already hostile towards them, and they're permanently hostile. So, I don't think there's any issue with getting the dude. I think it's the Arabe trial, right? Or wait, it's the White Duck Braga. Let me find that again. The White Duck, yeah, they're already hostile to me, so it really wouldn't make a difference if I recruit him, I don't think. At first I will try to convert him, though, to my religion or whatever the hell. Alright, let us make a new bed in here as well. And actually, I need to go BRB, so I'll be back in a couple minutes, so don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. What I really need is some background music. Oh, you thought I was going to kill the traders? No, they somehow, I think it was another tribe raided and I didn't realize it, so they just killed him immediately. So then I was able to capture the dude that they incapacitated. But yeah, anyways, I'll be right back. Couple minutes. All right, I'm back. Oops. Oh, I guess Mr. Plum took off while I was gone. But let's actually get the game back up here. So let me get a nice big sip of water. I forgot that talking for like 2 hours straight, it actually kind of makes your throat hoarse. I mean, it's kind of common sense, but I haven't realized till I started doing it again. All right. So, let's see what I want to do here. I actually do like this base look. Well, I don't like this common area, but I like the layout so far of the houses. Although, to be honest, I tend to always make my living quarters almost exactly the same. I'll have like a central hallway, and then I'll have like a group of 5 bedrooms on each side, pretty much always. And I mean, it works. You know, it's kind of like city design, right? Like, there's a reason why the most efficient cities have the same sort of, you know, look. It's because it works. So it's starting to get pretty hot in here. I'm sure it's a mixture of all the new rooms being built and the fact that I've got 5 people now going in and out all the time. And it's 130 degrees out, so that's a little toasty. Okay, I'm gonna recruit everyone. I'm gonna make everyone just sit inside for a bit. Because I think, yeah, you're getting minor heat poisoning. That's the wrong word. Heat stroke. Make a fun room. Yeah, I mean, they've got this horseshoe pin. Isn't that all you ever would need? I think I'll make some more rooms when the heat wave is over. Right now it is, yeah, we got 2 days left. I'm gonna let everyone not die from heat stroke for a second here. Actually, that's pretty bad. It's not getting any better. Although it's only 90 degrees. I mean, that's not cold, but they shouldn't be all suffering from it right now. I guess I might want to make everyone naked, maybe. Add vents in the rooms. I mean, I will eventually, but for right now, I think just leaving the doors open functions just as well. Okay. Looks like that person's heat stroke is getting a little better. And yeah, I don't want to waste the steel on vents right now. Okay, you should probably leave your door actually open because I don't want you dying. And actually, someone should probably finish that right there. Well, they're fine. This is 64 degrees now that I built 2 more coolers, so yeah, they're all fine right now. I just didn't realize it got up to 130, so it got pretty bad for a bit there. And it looks like it's gonna, well, I'm sure it'll get hotter now that the day is at its height. You know what I have to say? I really am glad that I no longer work in a factory, because so basically for like 3 summers I worked in a factory, and as most factories are, it didn't have cooling whatsoever, and I only worked there during the summer, and holy shit, that sucked. You're working in some days in like 100 degrees, and the humidity in the area I live in is terrible as well, so that just makes it 10 times worse, and I'm so happy that I don't have to do that right now. That would kill me. I mean, it probably would eventually. Well, maybe not, but it could if I didn't drink water, you know, take breaks. All right, so we got 4 colonists idle. We have a new quest. Actually, we got two. Actually, it looks like we have three possible quests. Or wait, these two I think are okay. Those are historical. Never mind. We have no quests. This one just ended by itself. Oh, I could have got a 6th colonist actually. I'm glad I didn't though, kind of, because I'm still kind of coping with having 2 extra people. And we don't really have food now that I'm looking at it. I think we want to expand the growing zone. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, I think I'm gonna start doing some planning for, like, my future housing and all that good stuff. So this will all be residential eventually. Obviously right now it's kind of a common room. And so this will be a hallway. I think I'm gonna make this a hallway as well. I don't know how far I'm gonna make it. Let's just leave that open for now. I think I'll actually make this like a 4-way intersection. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So this is gonna be, I think, where I want the this will be the majority of our growing, because that's the only close, like, fertile soil. So I think I'll make, I'm trying to think exactly what I want to do here. Let me just slow the game down to a 1 speed for right now. A pen is needed? Oh yeah, ostrich. You know what? I don't think I really want an ostrich. I really don't think I want the ostrich. I could just release it to wild. Oh, you know what? Ostriches lay eggs. I mean, that's common sense, but I don't think they used to always lay eggs in the game. Huh, we could actually be we could be ostrich farmers. You're off, Grog. Okay, have a good night, Grog. I'll see you sometime. And if you're wondering, Grog's on Twitch, so I'm not just talking to an imaginary friend, at least not quite yet. Alright, so planning, yes. Let us plan. Also, I keep pausing obsessively. Let's just do slow motion. I can handle this. So, you know what? So this, let me put down a pool table. I want to see just relative for the sizing. So if I want to put this here, I want, yeah, 1 more than down. So this will be like a rec room area, I think. I just want to plan some stuff out here so I can have like a billiards table here. Wow, let's just do it here for now. Could have like a poker table like here maybe in the corner, and then I can have some chess tables or maybe some whatever. So that seems pretty good for here. This I think will be a dining room. That sounds like a plan to me, at least. More food? Yeah, I did just double my growing area pretty much. And I guess for some immediate food, I can harvest some of this other crops that are just hanging out. Oh, we don't want to harvest the potatoes early. I know there's a rule of thumb. Let me look it up real quick. Let me look this up real quick, like. RimWorld, how many... I mean, one of you might know, but I think there's a rule of thumb as far as how many crops you should grow per colonist. Someone says 10 tiles per colonist. So, by that logic, we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Then we got what? 80. I think we should be good because I've got 120 tiles here and I've got 5 colonists, so by the 10 rule of thumb, I mean, I don't know, maybe you've got a different rule of thumb, but I think I should be good with this. You know, and hunting and like randomly harvesting other supplemental stuff. Also, let me make sure no one's dying of heat stroke because everyone's outside right now. I think everyone's doing good. And it's 73 degrees inside, so my dudes should be fine. You go overboard with food. Yeah, and I can understand that. My problem with food in this game is I'm never good at having a good pace. Like, I'm always making way too much food, or then I make way too much food in the beginning, and then suddenly I'm like, oh shit, I'm out of food. And then I start having to scramble to hunt and do other activities to not starve my people to death. And there's been more than one occasion where I think I've like bought a bunch of pemmican from some tribal people because I had to, if I didn't want all my people to starve. So I can understand going overboard with food production, but I don't want to go too crazy. All right, so as I was kind of saying, I'm when I play on my own, I always obsessively pause with space whenever I do anything. But I think with viewers that can get kind of annoying, I'm sure. So I'll try to not do that so obsessively, but it's just like habitually, put into myself. And that's true with a lot of strategy games, is I tend to always pause the game whenever I'm making a decision, because otherwise shit can go hairy fast. All right, and I also want this base to... Oh, I did it again, my god. I want to make the base pretty symmetrical, just because symmetricalness is pretty. That's about the only reason why. I just have a weird thing where I always like my bases to be like symmetrical or have like geometric patterns of some kind, and I don't know. I know that's weird, but I just have always enjoyed that. I could do something like this. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'll do this. I keep doing it. It's just, well, that's why though too, is because I don't want my dudes to start crafting the stuff I'm planning before I even have it figured out. All right, so that'll be a big dining room. This will be a big rec room. And when it's all done, there'll be such big rooms that my people should be super happy about it. So now that that's planned out, let me just look at this. So if I make like this, well, I don't want that, but if I do that, I mean, you really only need one butcher station. The only thing that I ever really want more of is cooking stations, potentially. So I'll do this for the cooking area. And then, no, see, and that's the problem, is I'm so used to just liking to plan the stuff out while paused that I then don't realize that they're making a bunch of freaking items that I don't need. Research solar. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea, especially in the desert. And I suppose we do have batteries researched. I haven't really done anything with that yet, though I haven't really had to worry too much about electricity so far. All right, I was about to say, should I do a watermill? No, I think the desert's not the best place for a watermill. So yeah, you're right. Solar's probably the best choice. All right, so this will be a big food storage area. This will be a kitchen right here, and then this will be like a dining room. Although, now that I'm really looking at this, I might want to put a hallway somewhere in here. I know there's a hallway right here. I guess I could just make a hallway here then. I mean, I don't want to take up too much of this fertile land that I'm making. I guess this isn't too bad. Yeah, there's still plenty over here. And I'm not going to be doing any of this stuff for a while. I just want to kind of plan out what I'm doing before I do it, of course. So, now what? Yeah, I'm still not sure if the kitchen is really the best choice. Let me just take a quick look here. I don't think it needs to be quite this wide. I do think the dining room is maybe kind of overkill as far as the size. I mean, when it comes to the common areas in this game, I don't think you can really ever make them too big for the most part. Let me see. I just want something that'll look pretty and also be functional is my main concern. I think that looks pretty good. Now what? Yeah, I suppose that's not too bad. I think that'll be my choice as far as dining room. And yeah, I don't think I really need a hallway, an extra hallway. These three should really be right next to each other, ideally. So yeah, the other thing is, so if this is going to be the rec room, I'm not 100% sure what I want to make this into. Part of me is thinking, because this is going to be food storage and kitchen, this would be a good, maybe either prisoner or medical room might actually be a better choice. I'm not quite sure. Let me just do a quick layout here. Actually, this could work. Let me see here. Oh, that could be a medical room. 8 should be pretty good for that. This would be a very small prison though if I went this way. Although this doesn't necessarily need to be a hallway right here. This could just be something like that, maybe. Sorry that I'm just spending a bunch of time planning out here. I want to plan ahead, because it's better to plan ahead than to make a decision and then regret it and have to, you know, either live with it or redo it and spend a bunch of time doing it that way. And actually, I could just make these a little lower too if I wanted to. Yeah, that actually sounds pretty good right here. So I could have like a medical bay here, a prison here. Doesn't necessarily need to look like that. I was just figuring out how many people I could put there. Alright, you know what? This seems like a decent plan so far. I don't love it too much though, just because I don't like how not symmetrical it is. I know, I'm just weird like that, but this looks pretty decent, I think. Pretty decent so far. Alright, I'll go with that plan moving forward, and we'll see how things go. So we need to, I think, get a spiritual leader of our dudes. And I think I want that if I'm gonna convert anyone, I need some form of spiritual leader. Well, I think I can convert this dude, but I can't convert anyone else. Although I don't want this dude doing the conversion now that I'm thinking about it, because then that'll make them this revised Arbor Mormonism. What the hell? We've got space Mormons. Oh no. Sorry if you heard that cough. So I'm using this thing that it's with the newer GPUs. It's called like NVIDIA Broadcast, and it's free, so you might as well use it. But the nice thing with it is, rip my sheep meat, but the nice thing with it is it senses noises that you wouldn't want on a stream. So like keyboard clacking, or like ice in a glass making a noise, or coughing, or dogs barking, or, you know, random like a fan noise or an air conditioner noise, you know, anything like that. It can pick up and filter out. But I've noticed that when I was doing tests with audio a little earlier, whenever I coughed, it made my cough sound like sexual noises. Because it would filter out the beginning part of the cough, you know, like the sharp, you know, the sharp part of the cough, and it would just leave like the end of the exhale. So something that should be like a ahem, it sounds like a like it just does like the end of the cough, so it sounded really sexual. And that wasn't really great. But I guess I'd rather have that than have someone, like, if I can't, you know, mute the mic or whatever, cover my mouth quickly enough, I guess I'd rather have like a weird exhale noise than have, you know, the loud ear-piercing cough. But still weird. Also, did the game just say there's beavers? I didn't quite pay attention to that message, which was not smart of me. Oh, alpha beavers. I swear, alpha beavers used to be the most common thing in the game. I think we want to kill them, like, immediately, because we have very little wood in this map. So, yeah, let's get some beaver sandwich. Okay, wait, what's wrong with you? A corpse obsession. Honestly, that's not the worst of the breakdowns. I can live with that. I thought Trumpet was like a pretty good mood person. Oh. Decrease, yeah, you're deprived of shit. Oh, and I think someone must have cooked that isn't very good. Yeah, probably Poopy. Oh, that's good. Poopy is getting everyone sick with food poisoning. That's amazing. I think for now I'm gonna stop Poopy from making food. But yeah, oh, you should probably, Poopy, I think it's kind of your fault for making everyone food poisoned, so. And let's bury the corpse, please. I don't want you just putting it out in the middle of nowhere. Thanks. We got an extreme break risk. Yeah, everyone I think got food poisoning from Poopy. So that's my issue. Also, I hear gunshots, so let's see. Bro, okay. He is hunting this alpha beaver while standing next to an alpha beaver. Bro, if I sound like I'm a dude, bro, but it's like, my guy, if he decides to go berserk, you're gonna get killed immediately, you dumbass. See, that's what I knew there was gonna be a revenge sooner or later, and I would prefer, you know, him not to be in the middle of 4 beavers. For that. Alright, so I never looked at the new colonist weapons. He doesn't have a weapon, or she, Juliet, doesn't have a weapon. I mean, you might as well grab a spear. We don't have any better choices. Avro actually came with a pistol at least, so we've got at least 3 ranged people, so not the worst. Poopy, you're coming back, right? Okay. I want to make sure Poopy gets back before the rest of the beavers do. Or I think, is this just the one? I think this is just the one beaver. I can't tell for sure. Let me look. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's just the one beaver that's getting revenge. I know it used to be where if you would injure one, like, Muffalo, it would make every single Muffalo on the map aggroed. So I started never hunting Muffalo because of that, but if only one beaver is, yeah, he's already pretty much dead too. Okay. Let me just bring everyone down here. Kill this stupid beaver. have a lot of rain. I mean, for the desert, it's quite a bit of rain. Oh, Trumpet's starving. But we have food. Yeah, he's just starving because he didn't eat, the dumbass. Although, I think he also had the food poisoning, so. Okay, are you guys... You guys are really struggling with this. Oh no, do not go knife that person. Well, now you can knife him. But, didn't want you knifing him at first. Oh yeah, and I guess this isn't like the new Berserker people. Or it's not like the new berserking animals. What? Okay, see, this animatry was the stupid beaver's fault, not mine. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna make hunting a #1 priority for my two dudes with guns. Or the two good dudes that are better with guns. Just because I want to not have the alpha beavers eat every tree on the map, ideally. Yeah, another revenge. I figured as much. Okay, now it looks like... Yeah, see, that's what I thought was going to happen. Now they're all aggroed. It must be like an area of effect thing. If you have too many... If you have a bunch of the same animals in an area, it must make them all aggroed if one is. I see how it is. We're gonna be eating beaver today, boys. And I suppose these aren't just regular beavers, these are alpha beavers, so they're stronger than your average beaver. Okay. Did you just shoot Poopy? No, he got a little bite. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Let's just, what did I accidentally hit? I accidentally hit whatever the beauty button is. There we go. That went pretty good, all things considered. No one died, so I'd say that's always a good day. I just need to make sure, like I said, everyone needs to get healed. Also, speaking of which, how's BG doing? His resistance seems pretty low. I think he should be good. Wait, what? Unified post-Wahhabism. I don't want him to become a... Oh yeah, that is it. Never mind. I didn't even realize that was our stupid ideology. So what are you guys doing right now, just out of curiosity? Are you also playing RimWorld? I just figured that I would do that myself, is I would sometimes put on a streamer who was playing RimWorld and then play RimWorld myself, because it is a pretty slow-paced game. So at least personally, I always thought it was the perfect game for watching other streams. I mean, you usually wouldn't be able to focus on the other streams very well, but that's what I used to always do. I should also make sure whoever, well, are we, yeah, we're researching solar panels. I think for right now, I'm going to make a, let me find it. I'm like blind right now. Power. I think I'm going to put down a wind turbine and try to get some electricity. Now the real question is, where should I put the wind turbine? I mean, a graveyard, I guess, is a pretty good choice. Honestly, you know what? Sure, let's have be the grave wind yard, the wind graveyard. That works. You're playing GTA 5. You know, I haven't played GTA 5 in forever. I actually started playing GTA 4 like a couple months ago. Again, I should say, because I played GTA 4 as a kid. It's another game that I have a lot of nostalgia for. And, I mean, 4 is obviously way different. 4 is pretty much all story-based, and it's very serious, and then 5 is much more... It's much more silly, I guess. It still has some level of seriousness to it, but it's definitely more of a wacky, do whatever the hell you want game. Turkey sitting. Wants me to take care of his favorite pet turkey, Helen. Huh, that's interesting. But yeah, anyways, GTA 4 is pretty fun. It's one of those games that I feel like has really stood the test of time, at least as far as multiplayer game like goes. Like, there are still just as many people playing it now, I feel like, as there was 5 years ago. It's kind of crazy. I mean, the frickin' game came out like 8 years ago, didn't it? Or maybe not that long ago, but pretty close. Okay, so now I want to put down a battery of some sort. You know, we don't need all these coolers anymore. Let me get rid of 2 of the coolers. And I guess this will be a bedroom, but I guess for now it'll be a battery room. And how much do we have limestone-wise? We have 111. Let me get like 10 more limestone orders done, and then I'm gonna start modifying the base so it looks a little more like I want it to. Because I don't want to go too crazy with the electrical infrastructure if I'm just gonna end up redoing half of it. And yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is pretty great. I would say though, Red Dead Redemption 2, the online I've heard is pretty blech. I've never even played it. It's really 100% of a story game. Like, if you like GTA 4, like, it's a lot more of a... Like, I know with Rockstar, they've always kind of gone back and forth between serious games and silly games. So, like, GTA 3 was kind of silly, then 4 was very serious. I think, like, San Andreas and Vice City were pretty silly as well. But with Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, those, I think, have always been pretty serious. Oh yeah, and Andrew, you said RimWorld and StarCraft 2. I've played StarCraft 2, but I never got really into it. I know people go crazy with that game on the competitive scene, but I've never been one for competitive gaming very much. I don't like that much added stress in my life. And at least for me, competitive gaming tends to just be stressful, so I don't like that. It feels a lot like work to me, and I don't like work. I remember I had a roommate in college who... He was really... I don't know if... I think he kind of stopped, but he was really into League of Legends, and it was just, like, kind of ridiculous, where he would just... And I don't know, personally, games like League of Legends, it is so monotonous. Like, you are just doing the same thing over and over. Like, every map is the same, every match is pretty much the same as far as your general game plan. It's just who can do all the, you know, all the stupid shit you have to do the quickest. And I don't know, I just remember he tried to get me and another roommate into it, and it just... I'm like, well, how do people find this fun, you know? StarCraft's different because there's some actual strategy to it, but I felt like League of Legends was just like, wow, this is really monotonous. I'm just running back and forth, watching these stupid little characters take over turrets while I spam abilities once in a while. I don't know, hopefully I'm not pissing anyone off. I just have a hard time getting into big multiplayer games, especially the ones that are super popular. I mean, in like GTA 5, I played that quite a bit online for a bit. So I'm not like trying to act like every online game is bad. I just think that stuff, especially like MOBAs, or even like the, what do you call it? All the stupid, what the hell's the word? There's this, the Fortnite kind of games, like the, what's that? Battle Royale, there we go. All the stupid Battle Royale games, they're like all identical. Like, this is, how can you find it fun to just kind of do the same thing over and over? I don't know. I guess I'm just being a boomer, but that's just what I tend to think when it comes to those games where every match is a copy paste of the last. All right. And yeah, like when I've played Warcraft, like the original Warcrafts and Warcraft, I think 2 and 3. I think I mostly just played Warcraft 3. And I think I tried out StarCraft 1 for a bit, and that was, I mean, it's really old, so it's kind of hard to get into, but I really love real-time strategy, especially the earlier games, like the ones that were more single-player focused. And like on that subject, I really loved like Age of Empires. I think Age of Empires 4 is coming out, isn't it? That'll be pretty cool if they, well, don't fuck it up. Okay, we need wood. But yeah, I've always been a pretty big fan of like real-time strategy type games. And I mean, this is technically a real-time strategy game right here. I guess you might say it's more of a simulator, but whatever. It's all kind of similar. Did I cough there? I don't know. I feel like I coughed a bit, and I keep forgetting that it'll probably make me sound like I'm making very weird noises. Don't blame me, blame NVIDIA, come on. Alright, well, if this is going to be, well, what was I gonna say? That this was gonna be entertainment room, so I guess I'll just throw this pin down there for now. Oh, the outdoor temperature is 72. Yeah, I don't even need any of these passive coolers anymore. I'll just turn off automatic refill for now. And we got this mission. Have any of you ever done the Ship to the Stars mission? The Charl Whetstone, or Whetstone, what the hell am I saying? Charlene Whitestone mission. I remember I tried a long time ago, and then I realized it sounded like a pain in the arse. Like, not one bit about it sounded fun. And yeah, I should get a regular air conditioner. That was kind of my point. I wanted to have an air conditioner for the food storage area when I got that down. I think I'm gonna try to get this area here done. This food storage, the kitchen, and the dining room. I think that, like, I know we kind of already have that here, but I'm gonna try to follow our plan here, so I have something kind of what I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna try to make everything look like I want it to, generally speaking. Okay, that can get reinstalled here. Man, my throat is getting really hoarse right now. My horse is getting really throat right now. That sounds kinky. I don't like that. Also, this should, well, I don't think that even needs to be a door anymore. I'm gonna put a door here and a door here. Adora the Explorer. Alright, I'll reinstall this right here and reinstall this right here. Well, if you'll let me not have a slate chunk here. I'm making some big moves now, at least as far as layout, I'd say. Okay, I'm actually starting to run out of steel here. Do I have anyone who can mine worth a damn? That's the real question. Nah, well, yeah, that's not too bad. And these two aren't the worst either. I think we're gonna start wanting to mine some good old steel. Also, I'm gonna go around the map because there could very well be some like steel that we landed with that I never noticed. That's something that I always hate is it seems like when the game starts, you also have a bunch of other resources that randomly spawn, and it's not always easy to find where they are. I think I got most of them, but I think by now they might have rotted away naturally anyways. A component mining work site has been detected nearby. Interesting. Build a pen. Yeah, you do keep saying that. I guess that's a good idea. I think pens didn't even used to be a thing in the game, did they? So, okay, that's a bad location for the research bench. I'm gonna put it in what is going to be my dining room, I think. That's a decent location for now. And I've got plenty of limestone, so let's build this. And in the process, I think I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna deconstruct this whole wall here. And yeah, if I'm gonna like farm ostriches, I suppose a pen's a good idea. I just don't know where I want to put it is the main issue. Tantrum. Why are you having a tantrum? I guess that's not the worst. That's just a minor mental break, so we're fine. Okay, why are you starving? Oh, because we're out of food. Yeah, I guess that's kind of an issue, isn't it? I thought I had enough food, but I think it's because I planted it all at the same time. So when I do harvest it eventually, we'll be fine, but as of right now, I suppose we're kind of starving to death, huh? It's a slight... Okay, chickens just joined. Oh shit, I guess we do need a pen now. How many chickens joined? Holy crap. Oh wait, never mind, that's the wildlife. I'm dumb. We have... Oh wow, we've got... 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got 3 hens and 6 roosters. Uh-oh. There's too much cock and not enough hens, I guess. Well, I guess you were right there, Andrew. I should have made a pen. Well, they're just chickens, so I don't think they need too much space. Is this a good location? I'm trying to just think that I'm not... Yeah, I think this is a decent location. I'll make my pen right here. Yeah, I might have went a little overkill on the mining. I don't need to quite do this much. Other major break risk. What are your need issues? Trees disturbed. What? Oh, you asshole. So I think this person's... What? So this person's religion or whatever, they must be a bunch of like tree huggers, so they're upset that they haven't seen trees. And they're also upset that apparently we cut a tree down in recent history. Of course, now you have a tantrum too. You didn't even... and you're destroying the brand new pen. How productive are you? Good job. They like grass, so bigger pen. Yeah, well, this chick just destroyed half the pen anyways, so I'll have to rebuild that. Yeah, I guess that's the one thing. Arid land is probably not great for raising animals either, is it? Alright, that'll work for now. I assume I have to drop down an animal area then too, right? Where is that? I thought it was in here. I thought there was like an allowed animal area. I think I just have to do this. And then I have to go to animals and say... not in a pen. So I need to make the pen first, otherwise the roosters are just gonna wander around for infinity. Well, I should make sure that the... Actually, let me craft my home zone a bit here. Yeah, because I've got that automatic home zone creation. And it doesn't necessarily reflect what I want it to be. Alright. Yeah, I might as well make my other animals stay in their pen at the very least, or stay in the home area, I should say. Pen marker, no zone. Well, I'll wait for them to actually build the pen, and I'll see what that is. Oh, I think that is that in miscellaneous. I think I remember seeing that. Let me look for it. I think it's just a wooden sign, isn't it? Oh, I have no idea where they put it, though. Ugh. Where the hell is that? I thought it was in miscellaneous, but maybe I'm just blind. Okay, there it is. Oh, it just made it a steel pen marker, which I don't really think makes sense. Okay, it's just a sign you put in a pen. Makes sense. I don't exactly want all these in here either, though. Yeah, speaking of which, this dumping stockpile, it's not really in a great area right now. Can't say I love it. It's kind of in what should be a bedroom. So let's get rid of that. Kind of a waste of time, you know, having put stuff in there, but stuff changes over time. Yeah, I just wanted to empty out what these rooms are going to be, as well as the pen. Makes good sense. Oh, and we need some more limestone as well. We're fresh out of that. Yeah, let me make the stockpile not in the middle of our hallway. Or what should be our hallway. I'm just trying to pretty things up a bit here. I guess the one thing I didn't keep in mind is where do I want to put a main storage stockpile? That is a good question. You know what I'm gonna do? I think if I go to research, is it microelectronics is what? Oh, that's really expensive. It never used to be that expensive. I used to have the orbital trade beacon, like the exact sizing of that memorized, but I don't at all anymore. I kind of want to figure that out, though, because I want to make a storage area that's already the size of the orbital trade beacon, just to make my life a little easier in the long run. Alright, let's place that stuff down. Or I should say, let's place some actual walls down. I think I also want to make at least one entrance right here. Alright, there's my chickens. They're living in their little home now. Yeah, they don't really have much as far as grass. Can I feed? Here's a question. I see that there is... Let me find it. I think hay grass. Do chickens eat hay grass, or is that not the case? I assume so if they eat regular grass. And I guess another question, could I just make this entire area hay grass and then they would just feed on it naturally? Or would I want to make that separately, then harvest it, then give it to the chickens? Or get a bunch of eggs, actually. That's pretty nice. Oh yeah, so also, this should have no meals, no food, no chocolate. I mean, this is not going to be our permanent storage area anyways, but might as well plan ahead. So yeah, this is all. Let me do clear all. This is just meals, just fresh bodies. Not the human ones though. And plant matter, I think, right? No, not plant matter. Well, I guess for now that doesn't matter. I'll just add that. So you're saying I should plant the hay grass in the pen itself? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've got some Mad Hatters here. I think it's just 2. Yeah, I think we'll be safe. Let's get everyone rallied up, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Forgot that bunnies are actually quite fast. Who would have thought? Alright, there's one bunny dead. Did all that... Speaking of which, I think all that beaver meat went to waste, didn't it? Whoops. I mean, that's why I want a proper storage area as the main thing. The area I had set up before was not anywhere good enough for storing food. And I still don't have enough limestone. I know I could make it out of steel or wood, but... Well, actually, I don't really think I could, because... Well, I do have enough steel now, but... Anyways, didn't have enough, thingamajiggers. Oh, are you saying I should harvest the meds outdoors, or what? I guess I'm not sure what you're saying about the med outdoors thing. Did you just shoot someone? Okay, no, that's just a bite. I've had that happen to me several times before where there was friendly fire and they ended up killing their own freaking person. Oh, I guess you're saying the meds are outdoors because of this opening here, huh? Yeah, I guess I didn't want to have that opening open for too long. But I'm out of limestone. Well, I'm not out, but I don't have enough limestone to finish what I wanted to do. Okay, let me look at all this shit. Low food, I know that. Yeah, I forgot. I thought it used to be that stuff just needed to be under a roof, not decay, but yeah, you're right. I know now if anything is even... If something doesn't have, like... complete enclosure, yeah, it doesn't last, which I think is kind of dumb, but I can see why they did it. Yeah, my people aren't very happy. I suppose it's the whole lack of food thing. That tends to make people a little unhappy, I suppose. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make this a preferred priority. Uh-oh. We got a huge thunderstorm coming. I'll never forget when I was a kid, there's this huge tree in my parents' backyard, and one time during a thunderstorm, it got struck by lightning and it actually went on fire. And it's funny because my mom and I think we were like out, but then we like came home and my dad was like in a thunderstorm on a metal ladder outside using one of those like shitty hook saw things, like those saws that are on like the big metal poles, trying to cut down the tree branch that was on fire. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but I guess he didn't want the whole tree to set ablaze, you know, understandably. I'm not a fan of good-looking floor. Well, I am eventually. It's just that I don't really have metal. Well, I do have metal, but I don't want to waste the metal, and I don't have wood. I used to always make floors out of wood, and yeah, that's the main thing. I just don't want to spend my resources on it right now. She was forced to question everything. She decided her belief in manly autonomism is no longer made any sense. She now believes in supreme bunker. The final straw is badly malnourished. Oh, did she just believe in some random ass thing that I didn't even want her to? Let me see. I thought there used to be I think that might be a mod. I thought there was like a prisoner management menu, but I don't know if that exists anymore. Oh, so she just changed religion because she was salty. That's good. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna recruit you. 2 of my people already. Oh, they need cleaning. Well, they should be cleaning it sporadically. They don't look too dirty though. Oh, well, this person's cleaning now. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone's assigned to cleaning. I just think I've had them busy. Jesus. That scared me. The cat is slaughtering a fucking rabbit, and that spooked me. Alright, okay. Should I do this? A vengeful hunter named Horton has arrived and wants to join the colony. Should I do it? You know what? Sure, why not? Now I got 6 people. Oh boy. We got double what we started with. Pyromaniac asexual brawler. Not bad. This person is very, very good at melee. I guess it's a good thing we're going for all stone because pyromaniacs are not good with if you have a wood house. They're also good at research, so I think we found our researcher. Yeah, I think this is kind of going to be our dedicated researcher. He's not, I mean, his skill isn't high, but he has, you know, a 2 flame desire to learn, so might as well. All right, that went pretty well, I'd say. It's a pretty good choice, I think, for a new colonist. You never really know with the random colonists. It's a complete roll of the die. Like, I've had several where I've had every single new colonist is complete and utter garbage. But so far, I think we've had pretty good luck. Alright, let's make some more doors here. Let's remove that plan. Oh yeah, it's actually getting quite hot. Oh, I think we're already in summer again, aren't we? I think it's been a full... Oh, it's only been 24 days since we arrived. Oh, I think it just started in, like, winter. Didn't it? So on that note, we should definitely get our food storage properly handled. Also, I know I don't really need to do double doors like this. The only reason I do double doors is because I like, well, I like the symmetricalness if the walls have a even number of tiles. Oh. This person wants alms. No, thanks. I should try to convert other pawns. Although, do I need to... I think I need to make someone a... Let me look here. I know I had a plan earlier. I need someone to be a leader, though, in order for that to work, correct? Like, the only way to convert anyone is if I made this dude like the Alamoth, the moral guide, right? Although he's going to want special apparel that we don't have, so I want to wait until I can make that first. Need more beds. Oh yeah, I forgot we got that prisoner dude, don't we? We can make this dead body and hauling room. The next bedroom. Also, I think I'm gonna make hauling top priority because there's a bunch of shit laying around that I want to get in the proper location. Well, at the very least, this run's going better than it was yesterday, isn't it? I've got double the people, and no one has died from a horrible illness yet. So, I'd say that's a win for me. And I should definitely get an electric stove because of the whole, you know, fact that without an electric stove, we're gonna get... Oh yeah, I do have that battery. Let's turn this into an electric stove now that I noticed that. I know electric stoves are a little more efficient, so might as well. Someone steal my components? I don't see any components, and I swear I had some to start with. And yeah, I know the leader should have the best social, I just haven't. I don't have the ability to make clothes yet. So I didn't want to make a leader and then have him get all pissed that he didn't have the proper garments or whatever. I thought we had components, but we must not, or I must have lost them, or I guess I probably spent them on various things. Oh, there's a marriage. Well, that's cool. They're just engaged for now. Looks like Trumpet is engaged to... I didn't check. I didn't see. Trumpet is engaged to... Poopy. That's a lovely marriage. Trumpet and Poopy. How beautiful. Okay, so this is our first raid with more than one person. We got one dude with a knife and one dude with a pistol. I think we've got 6 people. We should be able to handle it. Probably need more than one battery when winter comes. Well, we're in the arid region, so I don't think we'll have to worry about winter. I think it's summer we'll have to worry about because all our food's gonna... Even if we have a cooler, we're probably gonna need multiple coolers for everything not to overheat. Because we're in a permanent summer here, so I shouldn't really have to worry about growing food. It's just gonna have... Well, it's gonna be the food not rotting and people not dying from heat stroke. Insulting spree? God, I hate that. That's like the worst breakdown because then it usually triggers multiple other breakdowns. Okay, a mad ostrich. Well, it's a good thing we had these random dudes along to stab the ostrich to death, I guess. Okay, we got a second battery. So that should help us a little bit here. We're finally harvesting some more potatoes. I think some of my harvesters not really good skill. No, everyone's pretty decent skill. Well, not great. Not the worst, but also not great. Also, I made hauling a maximum priority, which I don't really think is the case anymore. Alright, the assault is beginning. Let's gather by these traps. Unfortunately, the traps aren't really in a great location anymore because... Actually, I think I'll let these dudes fight my battle for me. Oh, you're trying to kill my randomly self-tamed iguana. That's unfortunate. I mean, I really don't care because I didn't really want the iguana to begin with. You're killing my horseshoe pin. Come on, guys. Are these guys friendly? I guess so. Huh. I guess this, yeah, I guess this group must be friendly with the trader dudes. Oh, cool. Cool, Trumpet. You're just standing there bitching at us while we're in an actual fight for our life. Good job, dude. Well, he's dead. I don't think this guy should put up much of a fight. He's probably gonna die soon. Good job, guys. Did he steal those? No, I think he just dropped 6 medicine, didn't he? Oh, that's pretty nice. I've never had someone drop 6 medicine. That's quite a lot. Of course, a corpse obsession. I guess that was probably triggered by the insulting spree. Yeah, insulting sprees. Oh, of course. Oh my god, you assholes. And now, because of the insulting spree, these guys just got in a social fight. Yeah, like I said, insulting spree is the actual worst because it just causes a cascade of different issues because it just is one fight leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. I also need to, yeah, I never started making meals again, although I don't think they really ate any raw food yet. I just have that electric stove I just built. I guess everyone's just gonna have some nice, lovely mental breakdowns. I think you are a brawler, correct? Yes, you are indeed. Juliet, what are you? You're not really good at anything, but I guess I'd rather you have the pistol than that shitty knife. Or it's not a knife, but it's the spear thing. Did everyone heal each other? No. Well, someone should probably heal the bite on this dude. Might be a good priority. Yeah, I'm gonna make you heal this dude first, because the bite is the one thing that has a chance of infection. And I'd rather not have an infection. If I can help it. Because infections are usually pretty preventable in this game. Depending, though. If you've got like 10 gunshot wounds, then not always gonna work out so well. Major break risk. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, and I never did what you told me to. I'm gonna make a small growing zone here and make it into hay grass. Yeah, I definitely have the issue right now where I'm pulling my colonists in a bunch of different directions at the same time, so it kind of feels like nothing's getting done. And the game's giving me a shit ton of quests, but I really don't feel like doing most of these right now. There's a bunch of work sites that have been identified, but I really don't care that much about most of those. Hospitality for a Malinger. Malinger? That's a Malinger. I don't know what that word is. His friend is learning about other cultures, blah, blah, blah. He won't do any work. So he'll just sit around and eat our food, I guess. Where would I want to go on a vacation? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to Florida actually in 2 weeks, so that'll be pretty fun. I mean, I've been to Florida before, and honestly, it's not like Florida is the peak of vacationing. It's just the fact that it's got good beaches, and the main reason we're going there is I have got an uncle who's pretty wealthy, so he has more or less a beachfront mansion. Think of Charlie Sheen, I guess, is the best thing I can think of as an example in that show 2.5 Men. He's just a dude that got pretty rich, mostly kind of due to luck. But that's the main reason we're going down there. But yeah, I guess as far as like anywhere in the world, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to go to somewhere like, I don't know, like Thailand or maybe even like Vietnam, just to see a completely different region and culture. I don't know. Honestly, though, I'm not like a big fan of super hot places. One thing I'm surprised by is you would think that like Vietnamese people would hold a lot of resentment towards Americans, you know, due to the whole Vietnam War, but I saw this one like survey poll thing, and in a really weird way, apparently Vietnamese people have some of the highest like opinion ratings of Americans, which you might like wonder like how the hell is that possible? You know, we napalm them and everyone tends to focus on the Vietnam War as like the worst war we've ever been involved in and blah blah blah. And I guess when I was reading into it, the main reason why is apparently Vietnam, even though they were technically working with China, they know for a fact, like, they're not stupid. They know China only helped them because they wanted Vietnam, you know what I mean? Like, China just wanted influence and the ability to, you know, take over Vietnam, right? Like, they didn't really give a shit about Vietnam. They just wanted power and influence over Vietnam. And that's been a thing with Vietnam for, you know, thousands of years. Vietnam, I guess, has always fought for sovereignty over themselves when it comes to China. So ironically, even though Vietnam is now communist and, you know, the party we were fighting against won World War, not World War II, what the fuck, that's not right. They won the Vietnam War. In a weird way, they actually have a higher opinion of us than they do of the Chinese themselves. So anyways, point is, in a weird way, you would think that Vietnam would be like as bad as going to Afghanistan, but in an odd way, apparently they're very nice and very, you know, pro-American. In a weird way, because you'd think that it would be the absolute opposite. And kind of ironically, I've heard going to Germany and France are like the two worst countries as an American, because even if you're like a liberal American, I've heard they will just literally scream at you and fight with you over shit. And I'm sure there's some exaggeration, but I know, like, ironically, even though France and Germany should be our greatest allies, because, you know, we kind of saved France's ass multiple times and kind of prevented Germany from being, you know, Nazi land forever. But I'm getting kind of into politics here, so I'll slow down with that. But ironically, yeah, I've heard that Central Europe is like, at least the high population areas like Paris or Berlin, I've heard that if you're an American, it's like the most hostile place you can go. So, I don't know. Point is, I don't know where I'd want to go exactly. I think it'd be cool to go somewhere in Asia, though. And I've heard generally that Asian people are more friendly towards Americans by far. Whereas, like I said, Central Europeans are the most hostile and least friendly. Kind of ironically. And I know there are plenty of friendly people in Europe. I'm not trying to act like all Europeans are assholes or anything like that. I've just heard, especially in the metropolitan areas, it's not a friendly place to be. Like, I've even heard a lot of people will pretend, like, Americans that are traveling in Europe will pretend they're Canadians just to avoid getting, like, assaulted and verbally, you know, harassed by everyone on the street. Which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it, but I guess that's the world we live in. Also, this is no longer a dumping stockpile. That's not what I wanted at all. I thought I did, like, the expand zone, because I know I had a dumping stockpile on here, and I thought I did expand zone on it, but I guess when it expanded the zone, it just made that expansion to whatever the hell. Yeah, it just made that expanded zone a regular old stockpile. Yeah, I don't really care about that mission. I have noticed though, like I could get, like you can get a guided tour in a place, and that's the reason why I said like Thailand and Vietnam is that relatively speaking, they're quite cheap places to live, but they're not live, but they're very cheap to visit, but they still have a lot to see and do. And like hotels and all that stuff are quite cheap. So I think it'd be like, I saw you can get like a 10-day guided tour, like including like flights, food, you know, hotels. You can get like a 10-day guided tour for like $1,000, which it's very cheap for that kind of experience. But because, you know, Vietnam has a very low cost of living, you know, similarly, you know, Thailand and a lot of those countries like Malaysia, what else? I mean, most Southeastern Asian countries that aren't, I think, South Korea or Japan, they're pretty cheap to live in, and it's pretty low cost of living. So I think someday I'll do it, but who knows? And honestly, someday I kind of just want to go like on a trip and look at, like, go visit all 50 states. I know that's not too glorious because I'm from the US, so it's not considered very special to just go to another state, but I'd love, like, I have never seen a lot of the major landmarks in America. Like, I've never gone to the Grand Canyon or Mount Rushmore or like Yellowstone or any of those really cool places that everyone says you need to go to. My family was never big on traveling, and I don't know. My parents are, they've never been great with money, and they've never made a huge amount of money either, so we just never really had the opportunity for the most part. Why is no one building this? We've got the components, we've got, well, we don't quite have the steel. I'll give you that. So yeah, I would love to just go to all the major landmarks in the US. And yeah, actually I've heard a lot of, like, there's a term called expats, you know, expatriates is what it stands for. And it's kind of ironic because what it usually is it's like Americans that are like relatively middle class, but basically what they do is they'll like retire at 50 and move to somewhere in like Africa or South America or like, you know, Brazil, or they'll move to some country that is extremely poor, but because they are so poor, you can basically retire on like $200,000, right? But the ironic thing is a lot of them will be very critical of like the US, but meanwhile they're living in like a secluded, wealthy area, while the rest of the country they're living in is in like complete poverty and shambles. So ironically, a lot of them tend to be very liberal, but at the same time they're living in a complete shithole, and they're in like a tiny little secluded bubble. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get political, but like I would say I'm pretty middle of the road. I don't particularly like any I don't like any political party a huge amount, but I'm just saying it's ironic when someone can be very critical of, say, poverty in the US, and then they move to like Zimbabwe and, you know, are using the money they got rich off of in America to live like kings, and then they're like, oh, I can't believe, you know, there's so much poverty in the US. Meanwhile, I'm paying these people 10 cents an hour to do all my work for me. I don't know. I'm gonna stop. I think that's probably going too into controversial stuff, but. And you're from the Caribbean? Yeah, that's another place. It'd be kind of cool to go to the Caribbean someday, depending on, I guess, the country. I don't know, I guess depending on where in the Caribbean area, but a lot of those countries, I know like a lot of cruise ships go there and they'll drop you off in this like really nice resort, and then meanwhile the rest of the country is like a massive shanty town. I mean, no offense, but I'm just saying that's one thing is people will go to somewhere like Puerto Rico or like Haiti even, and they'll go and get dropped off in this, you know, immaculate, you know, ostentatious resort town, and then meanwhile the rest of the country, it's not representative of the rest of the country, I guess is the point. Not saying that that should be a good representation of any country. Some huge opulent resort place. But I'm just saying they try to make these isolated, you know, little carved out rich areas and then pretend like that's them making a difference. I don't know. I'll stop talking now. I keep saying that, but I'm for real this time. Ugh. Speaking of which, honestly, it's honestly like 40 minutes past when I wanted to stop streaming. I just got too into the game. So, thanks for joining in. I'm gonna be done for now. I don't know if I don't know if I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I hope I'll stream at least in the next couple days. We'll see how I feel tomorrow afternoon. Cause like this morning I didn't really want to stream, but then when I got home from work I did, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, that's what I'm saying kind of happens with certain expats or expatriates is they'll go to another country and act like they're super successful and good at life when really it's just that, you know, the cost of living in the place they're moving to is so much lower than America that they can just, you know, live like kings off of their relatively modest savings compared to the US. Alright, so yeah, there we go. I guess I should add like a stream ending screen in case I feel like rambling for a couple minutes, but you know what, let me just do that right now. It's real good streaming etiquette, right? And yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying too, Striker, is that a lot of times when Americans say like, "Oh, I went to Puerto Rico, I went to Aruba, I went to Jamaica, you know, whatever," they really didn't go to that country. They went to a little American resort that was carved out of a beachfront property, and it's not. You might as well have just gone to Manhattan. You know, you really didn't experience the culture or the area at all. So, I get what you're saying, and I agree that a lot of people act like they're very worldly and cultured, but they tend to only hang out in areas that have been crafted specifically for them, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like most touristy areas in any country are crafted so that they're as inoffensive and metropolitan as possible, you know? So, anyways, let's see here. I just wanted to make this in the off chance that I wanted to talk for like a couple minutes when I'm done with the stream. None of these are very good fonts. These default fonts are crap. I guess that's pretty okay. Alright, so yeah, thanks for watching. That's all I've got for today. And yeah, I might want to wait till... Well, I might want to at least take tomorrow off and just chill. I probably will come back sometime this week, though. I enjoyed the last couple days. Well, as in yesterday and today. I'm glad I didn't die horribly in RimWorld again. That's a pretty good bonus. It's nice when I'm not spending half the stream just save scumming because I'm so screwed that I don't have a chance. So, anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys next time, hopefully, or some other time. I don't know, did you guys see that I was planning that, like, I scheduled this stream a day before I did it? Did you guys see that at all, or you just saw that I was streaming? Because I'm wondering if there's any purpose in me scheduling a stream, or if I should just do it when I feel like it. But, yeah. Okay, so see you, dudes and dudettes. I don't know if anyone's a dudette, but yeah. Actually, goodbye this time. Adios.